I'm downtown in front of Columbia's newest and brightest hotspot. Stick around to hear what people are saying about the building's new lights.
The Minnesota state workers have the day off, but not for the holiday. He refused to go on camera with us about his conviction, but is facing a possible 8 years in federal prison, as well as $500,000 in fines. Today's game brought thousands of people to Columbia, and that's good news for businesses that usually see their sales go down over Labor Day weekend.
I ran into a worker whose tent was completely bashed in by a tree.
The remaining $5,000, making sidewalks more wheelchair friendly.
Caitlin Alexander here at the station in Columbia, Missouri.
The new trail extension is 1.4 miles in total and features a unique part gravel, part hardtop design. Workers are finishing lighting the underpass, but otherwise, the trail is open to community members. The Big 12 will remain intact, at least for now. Reporting live in Columbia, Caitlin Alexander, KOMU 8 News.
Today, members of the wheelchair community in Columbia are happy to hear the city is going through with accessibility improvements at Stevens Lake Park. But as KOMU 8's Caitlin Alexander found out, many feel those changes are long overdue.
There's no sidewalks whatsoever.
Stevens Lake Park is a great place to be on a warm summer's day. That is, if you can get to it.
When we want to go down there, we can't get down there because we have to ride across the grass, and my friend's wheelchair, it won't make it.
It's because it is difficult to get across the sand. The actual pond area is difficult to get into.
That's why the city is moving forward with plans to improve wheelchair accessibility at the park. Columbia's Parks and Recreation will install a 6-foot wide wheelchair accessibility ramp across the beach to make it easier to get to the water. The $10,000 needed for this overhaul comes from Get About Columbia. $5,000 of that is expected to be used at the beach. The remaining $5,000, making sidewalks more wheelchair friendly. But that doesn't help members of the wheelchair community who want better access available right now.
I just wish it would get done a lot faster so I could get my exercises done.
For now, it looks like Rainwater and others will just have to wait until next spring. Caitlin Alexander, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
Parks and Rec says construction on the ramp won't begin until October.
I went in there and the TV was on, and I saw my mom was bawling.
Matthew Monos was only 6 when tragedy struck our nation 10 years ago.
Those years have gone by fast. 9/11 seems so far away.
So far away, he doubted whether Mid-Missourians would make time to remember. And he wanted to do something about it. Monos is a student here at Columbia Independent School, and he used this symbol as inspiration to do something extra special for the 10th anniversary of 9/11. That idea eventually led him to this. Monos and the rest of the National Honor Society are planting flags for every 9/11 victim to raise money for the Gear Up Foundation, helping affected firefighters.
It means something, but it hurts at the same time that we can do all these things and it still doesn't heal the hurt.
A hurt that Monos will never forget.
It's like the Pearl Harbor of our generation. It is one of the most defining events that would happen in our life, ever.
A day they can remember each time they see the flag. Caitlin Alexander, KOMU 8 News, Columbia. The sounds of the lake area's Bike Fest.
It's the best weekend we have all year.
Sound more like change in the register for local businesses.
This is one of the events that we look at being a long-term event to have a lot of growth towards the future.
Places like Hooker's Bar and Grill in Osage Beach see sales soar over this festival weekend.
It gets bigger and better every year, brings a lot of revenue to the Lake of the Ozarks. We really appreciate them all coming down, supporting all the bars here.
Organizers say this year will be the biggest yet, expecting 2,000 more attendees than last year.
We come down every year and come down and have a good time and do a lot of riding.
Over the past few years, Osage Beach's revenue spikes considerably in September when events like Bike Fest roll into town. So locals are ready to put up with some ear-splitting sounds, all for the sake of some year-making cash. Caitlin Alexander, KOMU 8 News, Osage Beach.